Well, firstly, I was really excited, like I said, to get offered a big movie made, from Andhra and from the South industry that's given us so many incredible movies. And I think the future is going to be collaborations between North and South. And I think of it in terms of like you say, a pan-Indian kind of scenario. Yeah. Anyway, this role, I was very happy that Tariq ji wanted me in it, and Shivasa wanted me in it. I think they'd seen Omkara and remembered it, and I have to thank Vishal ji for that still. Right. It was a very interesting character because, there's a young version, there's an older version, there's crazy makeup, and also I wouldn't, it's more of an anti-hero than a straight antagonist, and there's many layers to it, and it was just absolutely lovely doing it. Right. It's like an entry, a debut into a new kind of cinema, right. And according to me, the cutting edge of Indian cinema right now. So it's great for me to be here.
Well, he said it, ladies and gentlemen, he said it. Talking about the man of masses, of course, the world is talking about him. Aur ab se nahi, kab se. So how was it collaborating with him?
And it was amazing. I mean, we met and we had a laugh from day one. He's a very easygoing person who wears his stardom lightly, which I like. And offset, a very, very friendly, welcoming person. We had a laugh from the first day, and he visited me in my van while I was waiting for a shot and made me feel so comfortable. Right. And we had a lovely laugh. He's invited me to his home and offered to cook food, and he's one of the most hospitable people I've worked with, a really, really nice, down-to-earth guy. But when the camera's on and when I saw him shooting on the set, he seems to grow in stature in front of the camera and becomes a larger-than-life person, which is a very great star quality to have. And when it's cut, he's back to being a normal, fun person. So I think he's been great, and it's been so nice working with him. He was also very patient because it's a new language for me. Right. And he was so supportive. Looking into his eyes and saying dialogues to him never made me feel anything except confident. Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, the very versatile Saif Ali Khan Sahab. We have to say that. Thank you so much. We've seen Neela Samandar in Daudi, or usse pehle bhi. Then we've seen Khuni Samandar. And everything Devara Part 1 is all about is between these two things, right? It's like you've covered the entire spectrum. What is Devara for you, and what is happening here? Tell us.
Devara for me, obviously, it's not only a film, but it's a journey with Koratala Siva for many years. I mean, we've known each other since this movie of mine called Brindavanam. Yes. And Shiva was the writer for the movie. And it was this growth of friendship between me and him. And then when he started off as a filmmaker, my interest towards him, my respect towards him has only increased with every film he's done. But I mean, it was very tough for him to sustain that kind of blockbusters which he's delivered. Right. It's only because Shiva has nothing in mind but the story of the film. It keeps running in his head. He just needs the right space. He just needs the right people around him to just excel in it. And when our journey started, right before RRR released, so he came up with this idea of this protagonist. Usually in commercial mainstream movie, we have a protagonist coming from the downtrodden, when there's absolute zero courage. The protagonist comes forward, gives courage to the people who needs courage, takes them and goes forward. Right. But here there's a flip to Devara. So when courage is completely, when it's filled to the brim, when it exceeds, there needs to be a certain amount of fear. And the protagonist is actually trying to give in fear than actually give in courage. So that for me, was a phenomenal idea. And then we started our journey of Devara. And here, I hope we've We've lived up to the expectations of the trailer, and that's about it.
You know, whatever we've seen up till now is phenomenal, right? As I said, we are like full of that intensity, that angst. It's in all of us. Talk to us about these action sequences.
Devara is, I've been, when Karan sir and Apurva sir and Anil sir, the three mascots of Devara, the three musketeers as well, when they stepped in, Shiva, when he narrated the script to them, and when they saw a few visuals of the movie, I was really shocked seeing their reactions. And that's when I came to know that, this movie will definitely work. This movie is, I would call it an action drama. It is extremely high on action. Right. Saif sir would definitely agree with me. There was some physically strenuous action sequence we both have been part of. Right. It is definitely high on action. Peter Hines, then we had Anil Arasu, and then especially we had Solomon, who's worked for RRR as well, the National Award winner. He has actually extensively worked on the overwater and the underwater sequences of Devara. And we've shot for about 38 odd days underwater and about close to 60 odd days overwater. So that itself was a chunk of 100 days to 80 to 100 days. So it is phenomenal action you probably haven't seen before. And the kind of water interactions, the kind of CGIs we've blended into those action sequences are phenomenal. So Devara is very high on action, and I would just can't wait for the world to see it.
I'm sure, sir, we're going to love it. Ek baar zordar taliyan for this amazing team, ladies and gentlemen. Okay, so we have a set of these questions that I've got from our friends from the media. So I'm going to be asking those questions, sir, on their behalf. And to know, the first Telugu film that you presented was Bahubali. It was a smashed, super duper hit. It was a blockbuster in the Hindi belt. What are your expectations from Devara Part 1?
I was, of course, as I said, that, I was absolutely honored even then, to present S.S. Rajamouli sir's vision. And, kind of that began a massive journey, for Indian cinema. I think Bahubali will always be the very first pillar, that kind of held pan-India cinema together, will always be a reference for so much. I have mega expectations of Devara, and for various reasons. The fact that this is, as Tarak himself said, his solo release after so many years. His fans have been waiting for this to happen. The fact that Saif and Janvi are part of this film, making it a true blue pan-India experience. The fact that Siva sir's vision, as a filmmaker is so exceptional. I don't want to put a number because that would dilute and demean what Devara means to all of us as a cinematic experience. But rest assured, it's going to be a celebration on the 27th of September.
Absolutely, sir. Fingers crossed. Of course, the celebration has already begun. As I said, in North America, we're doing so well already, even before the trailer. Of course, it is.
That itself is an indication, right? Because that's the first place where the advances have really opened. Yeah. And the fact that there is this just organically crazy, like madness, that is an indication of the advances as well as the opening for the film across the nation as well.
Absolutely, absolutely. Thank you, Karan sir, for sharing that. Of course, Siva sir, this one's for you. Simran Sethi from ANI would want to know that what was your vision like before you started Devara, and did it alter a little while the movie was being made, or is it the same?
See, as I keep on saying that this is the most ambitious film ever made from my side, not in terms of scale, but in the idea itself. Because the idea of the protagonist being the fear is very exciting to me, and it remained the same throughout.